Hi all, welcome to iNRI client testimonial videos. Today I am very excited to introduce Suman Paul. He lives in Manchester, UK, and he's also one of our iNRI customers. And we'll be going over a quick story on how he discovered iNRI, what he likes about it, and so on, and maybe a feedback from him that would be super helpful to kind of make this platform really nice for all of the NRIs around the world. So, with that said, thank you, Suman, for joining us today. I am excited to host you. And before we go deeper, let's maybe take a step back and learn about more of your NRI life. And maybe share what you do out of UK, and how, when, and how you became NRI in the first place.
Thank you, Hemant. Thank you for having me. And I'm really excited to join this initiative of yours. Hi, everyone. My name is Suman. I work as a doctor in the UK. I'm a consultant in NHS UK. My specialty is respiratory medicine. I've been working in UK since 2015, so it's almost 9 years now. And I mean, this is the first time I have been living outside India. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been in it for 9 years now. And like any other NRI, I face the same problems. Like when you get money, where do you want to invest it? I think I suffer from the same thing, like home bias, which is common in amongst many investors around the world,
Mm-hmm.
that you would prefer to put your money in the place that you come from. And
Yeah.
when I was looking for option how you can do that, that's when I think just web search INRI came as one of the options to invest
Yeah.
in India, being an NRI.
Right, right. So how did you discover? I mean, I said you said you were searching, and I'm also curious, as a doctor, investing is a very different field, and how you came across all of that. And how does India today stand in terms of your, broader outlook in terms of investing?
Sure. Uh, Now, I am not an expert investor, so I have always been a mutual fund investor in India. So
Mm-hmm.
the first ever investment that I did was actually through a broker, and I bought shares. This was back in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
But within a year or so, I realized I'm not going to make money out of this. Thankfully, the money involved was quite low, and I learned my lesson quite early in my life that if I want to make serious money and I'm going to invest serious amounts of money, I can't do this by stock picking myself. Since then, I think from back in 2012, I've been a mutual fund investor myself. While I was in India, I was doing it through the brokers online quite easily. And I think at that point, we were, at least myself, I was not doing it through a broker. So I was mainly investing as a part of, you just go to the website of the mutual fund houses and you register and you invest by SIP. So that was the form of investing that I was comfortable with. Now, when I become an NRI, as you know, Hemant, there are not many options to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we are lucky in UK that most of the Indian houses do allow NRIs from UK to do that. We don't have the
Mm-hmm.
problem that US and the Canadian residents face. So, in a
Right.
way, we were lucky. But still, the problem was that you have to go and register with each and every mutual fund house
Mm-hmm.
where you want to invest. So that's something that you can't avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it makes it quite cumbersome if you have to do, if you are doing investment with four different houses, then you have to
Mm-hmm.
have four different password and username. So
Mm-hmm.
it makes it quite cumbersome and managing all your investment together. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where INRI struck me when I had a look at the website and the interface, that you have so many houses together, mutual fund houses
Mm-hmm.
together, and you can simply choose to invest in any of them like you do
Right.
in any other broker platform. And
Yeah.
how do I manage my investment? Like, I usually keep my money from India in India, and money in UK stays in UK. So this is something that
Mm,
someone advised me, and it's one of the easiest way of managing your money if you're an NRI, if you can do that.
mm,
So I have Indian income. that services my Indian expenses, whatever I have to do for family expenses whenever I
mm,
travel.
mm,
So all that money actually stays in India, and
mm,
anything that I use in UK is from my salary in UK. I try to
mm, mm.
minimize movements between the countries.
Right, right, right. So thanks for sharing. I think what I understand is iNRI is really helpful in able to get you all of the investment access in one single place and single platform, and that makes it super convenient and easy, particularly as an NRI, right? So I know that you have been a customer for a long time now, almost like a year or so. What is the one good thing that you really like about the platform? I know the convenience part, but anything that you want to kind of highlight?
So the ready-made portfolio option that
Hmm,
you have for someone who
hmm,
just want to get started and
hmm, hmm,
don't want to research the funds
hmm,
themselves, I think that's a
hmm,
good starting point for
hmm,
someone who's completely
hmm,
naive
hmm.
and not sure about how to go ahead. So
Right.
that kind of portfolio which you have already built in, I think that's a really useful feature. Apart from
Hmm,
that, if you really want to research, like for example someone who is a bit more experienced
hmm,
would like to
hmm, hmm,
research between five funds, so you have all the necessary data available on the website. uh,
hmm,
so that's something that a lot of investor, if they want to look
hmm.
into let's say five different funds,
Hmm,
they
hmm,
can do
hmm,
that.
hmm,
So it's a
hmm.
good marketplace for a lot of funds at one place.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think what you are kind of referring is a smart investing tool. And to be honest, a lot of our customers actually are using that. And I do see a lot of value where, as an NRI, you may not be in sync with, what's happening in India, what are the right investments to make. But starting from that tool kind of gives you that, that introduction. And also, maybe if you want to just manage from that, becomes very useful. Right. Uh, so, now coming to the main question, would you recommend INRI to your family and friends? Uh, and do you already doing it? And why would be the biggest reason?
Yes, I do recommend it to my friends and family. And
Yeah.
being a content creator, I've already
Hmm.
created content sharing my experience of using INRI.
Hmm.
And to be honest, see if there are 100 investors, for most of them, direct stock picking is
Hmm.
not the right way.
Right.
And it's better people understand this. This is common knowledge, but we don't acknowledge or we don't accept that we
Hmm.
are the people that who can't do direct stock picking.
Right.
And if mutual fund is sahi hai for a lot of people, so when you have a platform which allows you to do the investing, takes all
Yeah.
the hassle away, then of course there is no reason to avoid it. uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, I do recommend it to people. If you are just a beginner, then of course you can go ahead with it. Even if you're not a beginner but you have a sizable portfolio,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
probably you are busy in your own career, in your own life,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
most NRIs will probably have a two different portfolio. They will have an Indian portfolio and
Yeah.
they will have a portfolio in the country. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how many of us can actually, with a job, can manage so many things together. So I think that's where INRI fits in quite well.
No, I totally agree. As an NRI myself for 7 years now, as I may imagine for other NRIs, our life is very much involved or, kind of revolves around the place where we are. So trying to obviously do India thing and then stop picking on top of it, I think can be really messy. So I acknowledge that. So one last question, so far we have been going good and great, like we really, getting to know a lot of building the platform out. Any quick feedback on, how can we do better? Uh,
Um, I think apart from the investing part, you have done a really good job creating a community for like-minded NRIs,
hmm,
because I'm also part of the
hmm, hmm,
WhatsApp group.
hmm,
And we have had really good discussions about it, particularly the tax and budget and
hmm, hmm,
all those things. So that's also a very vibrant community that you are building as a part
hmm,
of the
hmm,
platform. Uh, about things that you can make better, I think you have heard this before probably. So we would love to see direct mutual fund on the platform,
hmm, hmm,
because this has been discussed a lot of times that
Mm,
I'm not sure about how the business part of it would work out, but
yeah, yeah,
this is something that any mutual fund investor will wish for, to have
yeah.
direct funds available on the platform.
Understood. Yeah, no, we also want to make it more affordable and accessible for all our NRIs, and we strive each day to how we can make our features or the full platform more appealing to our customers. So we'll take that feedback, and we'll work on it, and we'll see how we can balance both business and customer interest at the same time. So with that, like I want to keep it short. We are already at the 10-minute mark. So, thank you so much for taking time today. Really excited to have done this. And I hope you continue to be a great customer for INRI and also inspiration for many more to come.
No problem. It's a pleasure to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.